we are going to do a deep dive into 3 things account executives can do to bring more value to the mortgage brokers they serve. And mortgage brokers, loan officers, you'll want to tune in because what you'll realize is how similar the approach is AE to mortgage broker as LO to realtor. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children 18 plus, you are tuned in to Loan Officer Podcast with me, Dustin Owen, and my main man,
JC.
John Coleman.
Yo, what's poppin'?
Couple of things are popping. First and foremost, I want to give a heartfelt thanks to everyone who reached out to check in on me. I mentioned kind of briefly on previous episodes how I had the luxury of going on quote unquote vacation to a local hospital where I got to spend 4 nights. And then I think in the following episode, we talked more about it. At the end of the day, your boy Dio, super healthy. Not planning on going anywhere anytime soon. My old ticker was having some electrical issues, not plumbing issues, right? Plumbing issues like, holy cow, you have high cholesterol, your blood pressure's through the roof. Nope. Purely electrical issues, all well and good. But I do want to let y'all know that y'all made my heart smile. Those that reached out with voice memos and text messages and IG messages and YouTube comments. Thank you so much. It means a lot. So I appreciate that. You know, in fact, all the way to Mark and Laura Whitty out of Atlanta, who sent me an at-home EKG monitor. Like I can literally strap myself up at home and check out to see if my heart is beating in rhythm, which is called sinus, or if I'm experiencing AFib.
I'm going to give you a life alert.
Are you really?
A little whistle.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
The irony that you have an electrical problem and your father is a master electrician.
Oh, boom. Look at you with the dad jokes, although you have no kids.
Ditch digger, blah, 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 hard work, blah, 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 school bus driver, blah, 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 I work hard, so can you. Yes,
you may have heard me once or twice speak in public, have you not, John? Right?
I'd be surprised.
My father would lecture you on the right way to roll up a garden hose or a extension cord.
As soon as he got to a comma, not even a period, a comma, I'm turning the other way and walking around.
I mean, he literally, there's a right and wrong way of taking the garbage out.
There's
a right and wrong way of washing a car.
Back in my day.
And I was taught all those lessons.
I think I've met your father, Don, a couple times.
Yes, but you met the Don that everybody loves because he is so approachable, so likable.
I don't know, but like I forgot what he looks like, but the mental picture I paint is like someone that resembles Popeye. And it's just a really hard ass, like, God damn it.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
Yeah, no, he is, it's rare to have someone meet my father today and for them not to love him.
Mm-hmm.
But there are plenty, just ask my boy Murph, right? There are plenty that, look, it wasn't that he wasn't lovable when he was younger. It's just that you saw his hard ass exterior. And if you got out of line, he put your ass right back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool. As I became a late teenager, I could tell the impact my father had on the kids that I grew up playing baseball with. Mm-hmm. That maybe I took it for granted because he was the asshole that I had to ride a practice with. And he was the asshole that would not give me any slack. Mm-hmm. But he was probably most kids' favorite coach.
Yeah.
Right, just not his own son.
There it is.
Which is probably why when his son gave him a grandson, that his son ran his grandson out of the sport of baseball within like 30 months. My son still today holds it over my head.
I mean, you hear what that message is? Don't have kids out there, everyone.
There you go. Don't have kids. But shout out to my dad, Don, and shout out to all of you who reached out to check in on me. But yes, I'm doing splendid. The good news is I was never hurt. I was never sick. I never felt bad. I just had an electrical issue going on in my heart. And they had to put me under and shock me not once, but twice to get my heart to start beating back in rhythm. I now know what to do to maybe prevent this from happening in the future. Less caffeine, less alcohol, less work stress.
Boo.
I've gone now 2 weeks, no alcohol and no caffeine.
How do you feel? Like a changed man?
I think I'm dealing with the fact that they put me under twice and shocked my heart twice, which when you shock someone's heart, you actually stop it and then it restarts. So there's a little bit of fatigue still left over from that. But man, the freaking headaches I had from no caffeine, no alcohol I'm good with. right? And I see myself as someone who I will still drink, but way less than I had been drinking the past year. I probably can go the rest of my life no caffeine. And I've already fallen in love with decaf coffee. I thought that was only for old people or people who have recently spent time in a hospital due to their heart acting all funky.
Don't worry, man. I'm going to send you an 18-pack of O'Doul's if they still even sell that shit. Maybe a bottle of Zima. Remember that from way back in the day?
Dude, I got so sick off of Zima when I was in high school. Yeah, with the Jolly Rancher inside. Yeah, good times.
That's why you got to start drinking early to know
good
it's bad for
times. All right, people are already getting pissed, John, because we haven't jumped into the meat and potatoes.
I don't know. This episode, you're going to talk about some account executive bullshit.
No, you should care.
Why should I care, Dustin?
Because we love the broker community.
Oh, okay.
And account executives support the broker community.
What are account executives?
Awesome. That's a great question. I'm going to answer that right after these words from our sponsor. Today's show is sponsored by our friends over at FinLock. Shout out to Brian View, loan officers, branch managers, company owners. If you are not leveraging the power of FinLocker, if you are not partnered with FinLocker, take this as your wake-up call. FinLocker is phenomenal at incubating soon-to-be home owners early on in the stages of the home buying process so that you can create that client for life. For more information on FinLocker, make sure you go to their website, finlocker.com. That's FINLOCKER.com. All right, so what is an account executive?
I see those jobs posted all over LinkedIn. Everyone wants to be an account executive, but what exactly do they do?
Well, in the mortgage industry, it's a little bit different than like in the advertising industry.
Okay.
Yeah, the advertising industry, an account executive is the man or the woman that actually goes out typically and finds the advertiser and then puts together their advertising package, sells it to them. Then they work with the videographer and the copy to make sure their ads run. Okay, it's the liaison between the advertiser and then the advertising company, agency, TV station, etc. In the mortgage industry, an account executive is somebody that works with mortgage brokers, because when you are a mortgage broker, you don't necessarily have loans that you're funding in your own name, right? You're having to send that file, that borrower, that home buyer, send their file to a third party. That third party is going to underwrite and fund the loan. So there's men and women who work for the big national lenders, the United Wholesales of the world, the Rockets of the world, the Freedom Mortgages of the world, the A&D Mortgages of the world, right? There's men and women who work for them. Their sole purpose is to be the liaison between their company and the small mortgage brokerage, or sometimes the large mortgage brokerage, right? Nexa, Edge, Home Finance, like those are large mortgage brokerages. I think there's another one called like the Loan Factory, large mortgage brokerage. So an account executive's job isn't necessarily to do loans themselves. So an account executive isn't going out and building relationships with realtors and builders and financial advisors. They're building relationships with the actual broker. So the broker, when they have gone out and built a relationship with the realtor, builder, financial advisor, and the broker has a borrower who needs a home loan, that broker has to figure out, where am I going to send this home loan? Does this one go to UW? Does it go to A&D? Does it go to Rocket? Like, where is it going to go? And there's men and women who their job is to build that relationship. Right? They're salespeople. They are people. It's funny. We did an entire episode, last episode, about overrides, right? Branch managers receiving them. Some earn them, some don't. Loan officers getting their panties in a wad because they feel like their branch manager just rips an override but doesn't earn it. What's interesting is that when you're a mortgage broker, there is an override being paid on your production to the AE. And guess what that AE sometimes has?
An override.
A regional.
Oh, yeah.
And that regional is doing what? Getting an override.
Damn.
And then guess what that regional does? Works for a company. You know what that company's trying to do?
Takes an override.
Earn a profit.
Give me money.
Yes. Earn a profit. Like, overrides are not bad. Overrides are how the world works. It's how we can support an entire industry. Because a mortgage broker without a good AE, that's a mortgage broker who is missing one of their key tools in their tool belt, right? Because if I'm an AE, my job is to help my mortgage brokers generate more leads, convert more leads, close more transactions, make more money. It's the same exact thing that we coach loan officers and mortgage brokers through our coaching company, right? T-Lop's Originator Coaching is the greatest value in the space right now. Like if you're looking for valuable coaching, like you don't want to break the bank, what are you going to do? You're going to go to T-Lop online and you're going to join our Originator Coaching community. And when you're in that community, we're going to teach you as an originator or as a mortgage broker, your job is to help realtors close more homes, make more money, right? Your job is to help realtors generate more leads, convert more leads, sell more homes so they can make more money. Well, when you're an AE, it's the same exact thing. It's your job to help your brokers generate more leads, convert more leads, fund more transactions, make more money. It's not your job to offer them the lowest interest rate. What? I said that. It is not your job as an AE to offer the lowest interest rate, especially when the lowest interest rate doesn't help them actually get the transaction closed or doesn't actually help them grow their business, doesn't actually help them become the subject matter expert in the community that they serve. Now, your job as an AE is 100% to make sure that you are offering the best value, and your job is to make sure that your rates are competitive. But the best value isn't always going to be the cheapest. It's also not going to be the most expensive. And being competitive is where we need to be. So let's go ahead and talk about, if I was an AE, what are 3 things that I should be doing right now to bring value to my clients, which are mortgage brokers? You have a guess?
Offering the cheapest and lowest interest rate.
No, John. Come on now. I mean, yes. You know what? If it was all about the cheapest interest rate, I wouldn't need you.
Here's what I could do. Make sure you set up those bi-monthly outings to Top Golf and make sure it's more than 3 free drinks. That's what you can do.
For you?
No, just in general. That's what your AE should be doing for you.
Ain't nobody want to go out to drinks after work. They got T-ball to coach, right? They have something else that they need to do.
Right.
Then go out to Top Golf with
Hold
you
on.
for
All
your
right,
3
all
free
right.
drinks.
Hold on. They need to be able to connect the dots, be the connective tissue, shall we say, between a borrower that needs a home and a loan.
You are struggling on this one. Sometimes I can tee you up and you are able to
I don't know
just
shit
hair
about
it.
no AEs because it doesn't make sense to me. You got a broker that needs a loan, so he goes to an AE who knows like 50 other brokerages. Like, hey, I got like 50 people on the line.
No.
That's not a broker?
No.
Oh.
A mortgage broker has a home buyer who needs a home loan.
Yes.
That mortgage broker gets to choose which mortgage company
he wants to work with.
And each one of those mortgage companies has a dedicated account rep, an account executive.
Gotcha.
That if I need help, like I can't navigate your system.
Gotcha.
Yeah, then I can call you.
Oh, so you're like the plug.
The plug. There
God
you go.
Damn it, use these big words. Just call them the plug. Yeah, I got a plug. I got to connect over at XYZ mortgage company.
Yes.
The fuck? Yeah, just call it that. You and your big ass words.
Okay. So the very first thing that I have found an account executive can do for the broker community is you got to be their plug.
Thank you.
When it comes to all things programs, products, guidelines in your system. And you got to be Johnny on the spot. Like this is one of those instances that the more accessible you are, the more business you'll get. It's what we teach loan officers. You want to make a lot of money, pick up the damn phone. Period. You want to make a lot of money, pick up the damn phone. Now, you want to make a lot of money, shake a lot of hands and pick up the damn phone. Because if you're shaking the most amount of hands, that means you have the largest network, at which point you're going to give yourself the most opportunities to generate leads. But if you don't pick up the phone, people are going to go next, next, and next until somebody picks up. So as an account executive, the number one thing you can do is pick up the damn phone, but then you gotta be the source of information for your brokers. And for most of your brokers, they need somebody that understands programs, products, and guidelines. So if you can be a guideline guru, you end up being the person that they call when they need help getting a loan structured, right? Like that is something that we can do. Now, I grew up in the retail world, John, so I didn't need an AE, but you know what? I had MI reps. I could reach out to my MI reps back in the day, whether that was National MI, Arch MI, MGIC, Radian, National, like there's about 5 of them, 6 of them. And I could reach out to them and they were a phenomenal resource for me to learn the technical side of my of my job, right? Technical is deal structuring. It's understanding programs, products, and guidelines. A really awesome AE not only picks up the phone, but they also know their programs, products, and guidelines inside and out.
Like, how do they know the program? How do they know all that if they're not like originating loans? Do they still have to be like have their NMLS number and whatnot?
Yes. Each company's going to operate a little bit different, but yeah, they're going to have their NMLS, but more importantly, some of them actually came from working as an originator themselves, right? There's plenty of people who started off as an originator and became an AE, and there's people who start off as AEs and then decided they wanted to go and become an originator. So it goes both ways. It's just a matter of who's your client. When you're an AE, your client's mortgage brokers. When you're a broker, your client are realtors, builders, and financial advisors, right? So, but learning your programs, products, and guidelines comes with experience, honestly. They know that broker has a pipeline and they only get paid when loans close. They want every loan to close. So they're going to work with the underwriting team to make sure all files are going through the system. So they get to participate in the origination of thousands of loans per year, right? Because you got to think, a mortgage broker may net 150 basis points on a transaction. Their AE could be 10 to 25 basis points, right? So an AE has to do way more units and way more volume, but they're also not as intimate with the file because they're just not just, hate the word just, but they are an account rep.
That seems like a good job for someone who wants to like the technicality, the deal structuring, the puzzle piece of like working in the loan industry without having to deal with like the client or the customer on the other end.
Yeah, there are plenty of people that prefer the B2B sales and not B2C.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yep. So that's number one. Number two, though, and this is actually a presentation I'm going to do for my friends over at Freedom Mortgage in September.
Okay.
And shout out to Kim Crick and her whole entire team, Chris Bronson, et cetera. Thank you guys. Appreciate Tom blessing the relationship. Coach your mortgage brokers. Coach them. We all need a good coach, right? Not everybody's going to want to pay the $3,000 a year to join our community. Baffles my mind because I look at everything that we offer for only $3,000 a year, right? That's like less than what most mortgage brokers make just closing one transaction. Other companies are charging $3,000 a month, but for whatever reason, not everybody is going to want to do that. And by the way, not everyone needs a coach with TLOP, but everyone needs a coach. Sometimes your coach can be your branch manager. It can be your regional, or heck, maybe your company offers phenomenal coaching, right? You work at Guild, they have Shayla Gifford. Bam, right? Like, why not? It's free. It's for me. But you can coach your originator. So that means for you yourself as an AE, what are you doing to learn what the best coaches are teaching, right? Are you following us consistently? Do you follow Amir? Do you know who Shayla is? What about Cindy Ertman? What about the Mortgage Nerd, right? Are you going to Sales Mastermind or Sales Mastery for the sole purpose of picking up the best practices so that you can understand them to the level that you can regurgitate them and teach them? So I know that when I sit down with my friends at Freedom in September, I'm literally going to walk them through the blueprint, right? That is our staple. That is the originator's blueprint for success. What to do daily, weekly, and monthly to guarantee success at a high level. I'm going to be teaching the 12-week challenge. Like the 12-week challenge I've done twice in my career, once to launch it and once to level up. I think that if you're a great AE, you would know these types of tactics and these strategies so that you can be more than just an order taker, but now you're someone who's investing in the future success of your of the broker that you serve. And then the third thing is, what are you doing event-wise? Every mortgage broker, every loan officer, every lender in America should be doing events. Like one-to-many, we talk about it. You and I podcast so we can get one-to-many. We have a YouTube channel, one-to-many. I go and speak on national stages. Why? One-to-many. I want to get one-to-many because I want more people subscribe to our YouTube channel, more people tuning into the podcast, more people signed up for our newsletter. I can do that by picking up the phone and calling individuals, or I can get on stage and speak in front of 300. I can podcast and talk to 3,000, right? So if I'm an AE, yes, I should be doing one-to-many for myself, but what if I did one-to-many for my client? What do you mean by that, Dio? Well, if you want to get one-to-many for your client, what should your client be doing? They should be hosting lunch and learns for real estate agents. Cool. What if they're too scared to? What if they're too, air quotes here, busy to do it? What if you could agree that, hey, look, this brokerage that's in my territory has 10 full-time licensed mortgage brokers. I would love to put on and sponsor a lunch and learn, not for you all, but for all of your realtors. And here's what all I need you to do. I need you to market the shit out of it. Like, I'm going to find the speaker. I'm going to find the event. I'm going to put together the marketing collateral. I'm going to pay for the food and the drink. But then I want you to take this event and use it to text, call, and post on social for the next 3 weeks. Because when you're doing lunch and learns for realtors, what you'll learn, and we teach this, we coach this, that we know that the power is in the invite and the fortunes in the follow-up. But if mortgage brokers aren't willing to do their own events, why couldn't I, as a badass AE, do them for them? And I know that there's one of the top AEs in the Carolinas. That's her that's her gig. Her gig is, look, I don't do lunch and learns for mortgage brokers to come and listen to me speak. I do lunch and learns on behalf of my mortgage brokers so they invite their realtors. So very similar philosophy and principles that we're currently coaching and teaching to loan officers on what to do with realtors, right? If I'm a realtor, what could I do? Make myself crazily accessible, right? Know my shit. So when they pick up the phone, they get an answer right away. The second thing I could do, coach them. Now, if I don't know how to coach a realtor, I'm going to promise you this. The same stuff that my mortgage coach is coaching me, right? The guy or girl that I've hired to be my coach or my mentor in the mortgage industry, a lot of that, if not all that, applies to realtors. But even if it doesn't, I could read books. Let me go read a Brian Buffini book. Let me go listen to a Tom Ferry interview. Let me figure out what Gary Keller's currently teaching, and why can't I go and start regurgitating some of that back to my realtors? And then obviously I can go with realtors and do events with them. What do realtors want to do events for? Buyers, sellers. I could do that on behalf of them. That's why we work with loan officers about doing events with their realtors, whether they're past client events or they're open house events or brokered opens or caravans. Why are we doing this? Not because we're looking to get business, because we're looking to provide value to the realtors that we serve. So whether it's LO to realtor or it's AE to broker, the same exact principles apply. Yeah, I lost you a long time ago.
No, I mean, that was good for the people out there, like the AEs and the BCs and the AWs.
Yeah, they're just AEs. They're account executives. They could be account managers, but I haven't.
They're called the plug, Dustin.
The plug. All right. I would love to see that. Hey, if we could get like Alan Baydoun at UWM, can we just go ahead and retitle all of your account executives?
The plug.
To plugs.
Yeah, they're just the plug. So
the plug.
You could have just led like this. So like, I'm a loan officer, or no, excuse me, I'm a broker, and I got this like borrower who has like a 420 credit score, USDA, but is like a vet, but has some other like 13 kids, but he's locked up in alimony. But I'm going to call it a plug because my plug has a product, program, or guideline that can help me out. Hey, plug, you can help me out? Yeah, let me sort through since I'm a whiz at my PPG. Hold up. Yeah, I got something. We got a special program. Only get this, $15,000 left in the account. I think it's all yours. Got him. So that's basically how it works.
I mean, sure.
Thank you.
Yes, that's a plug. Yeah, so for all the plugs out there, and by the way, like it's a good profession. Like there may be some mortgage brokers tuning in or some loan officers tuning in that maybe they're in a rut, maybe they're stuck, maybe they're not enjoying themselves, but they love the mortgage industry.
Yeah.
Have you looked at
becoming a plug? Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, turn your clients into mortgage brokers instead of turning your clients into what they have been, realtors, builders, financial advisors. Funny story, when I entered the mortgage industry, so I didn't really know what a loan officer did, like most people, right?
Yeah, right.
Had no idea. So I'm in the interview. The guy's name is Steve Walsh. Anyone who knows college football, Steve Walsh was like a big name back in the 80s. He played for the U. He played quarterback. He was a Heisman hopeful, all that good stuff. So I'm sitting there, and at the time, I was an account executive, but I was selling TV advertising. So I was an account executive for WFLX, Fox 29 in West Palm Beach. And I was like, yeah, so I'm interviewing for this sales job, but it's the mortgage industry. And I literally had to ask him, what's my job going to be? And I thought my job was that of an AE, because I guess I had done enough research. Back then we had the internet. It was still probably a T1 line. It wasn't quite like
T1.
what it is.
Wow.
Yeah. But I had done enough research that I thought I was interviewing to be a wholesale account executive.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, no, I was interviewing to become a retail loan officer. But both of them back in 2004 intrigued me. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, like, I love how my life worked out. I love how my career worked out, and it worked well for me. But being an AE is a phenomenal job. My old underwriting manager, who, shout out to Melissa Ferrence, she's a badass. She started in this industry as a wholesale account executive. Like, she's now like vice president of underwriting for a top 50 lender in the country, but she started as an AE. Yeah, it's a phenomenal career. Something I think many people should not overlook. But I'm starting to do some coaching for account executives, and I've realized that although they feel like it's not the same, what we're realizing, it's all the same. All we have to do is change out one player for the next, right? But it's the same. Change out one word for the other word, but it's the same concepts, and people are having the same exact success, right? You and I currently work over at Lower, and Lower has their own, we call it TPO, third party originator, or third party origination.
Oh, they're the plug. That's what the plug is?
Yeah. So like when I do the high performance coaching call every Thursday, and you'll get people that will say, hey, I'm not with Lower, I'm with Power TPO. Mm-hmm. No, they're with Lower. It's just Power TPO is our wholesale arm, and their job isn't to necessarily do the loan. Their job is to actually call on the mortgage brokers who send them loans.
Do you think I make a good AE?
John, I think you would suck at sales in general. We start with, you're not money motivated. And 2, you won't do cuck shit, as you like to call it.
Damn, I just love hearing that.
Okay,
man.
both of them would require you to be who you're not.
I could be a different kind of plug for y'all, but that's not for this podcast.
Yeah, John's the plug at about 11:30 or midnight.
You know what? I wish I had a plug. It's hard these days, man. Getting old, shit.
It's all wide open. It is all wide open. I feel like yeah. I'm in my 40s. And I can't go to a family reunion.
I mean, ain't nobody talking about that soft shit, but anyway.
Oh, well, hey, I'm talking about this.
Yes.
If you're in Las Vegas,
nobody
Nevada,
wants your gummies.
And you're dead ass tired at 10:30 or 11.
I need something stronger than that.
And you're looking to go to bed, but you want a reason to stay up. John Coleman would be your reason to stay up. You're just getting started. The rest of us are going to bed at 10:30, 11, and you're just getting started.
But yeah, that's good. Okay, now I understand what an AE is. And you know what? I shit on the mortgage industry often because that's what I was put on this earth to do. However, I am intrigued and could kind of see a light at the end of the tunnel with this whole AE role. Because it's like, if you like structuring loans and like being the plug for people, but you actually hate people and don't deal with the borrower at the end, it seems like perfect. And you get a couple bips off top, so there you go.
Yeah, just don't call it an override. If not, then all of a sudden the mortgage brokers, can you imagine the mortgage brokers, oh, I'm not going to send you loans. You're getting an override on my production. I'm like,
the plug, bitch. That's what it's called. What the hell? How do you think I'm going to keep my business open? I got to upcharge you.
Yes, correct.
The mortgage industry is nothing but legalized gambling, drug dealing, and prostitution. That's all it is.
In your words.
Kind of, but that's kind of what it is. You got to whore yourself out. You got to do things you don't want for money. That's sales.
Yeah.
I'm going to write a book on that one day.
Will you? It might be a chapter of the book that I write.
Give me the, I'll write the foreword.
Yeah.
That'll be dope. Yeah, I could do that.
I do want to figure out, we promised the AEs that we were going to tell them 3 things that they could do to.
You already did 3 times.
We did 3?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure we did 3.
Yeah, I'm not going to recite them because I don't remember, but the first one is like.
You got to pick up the phone and
pick up
know
the phone,
your shit inside and out.
In and out.
Second thing is you want to coach your mortgage brokers.
Them, and then the third one you want to like
do events for them.
Do events for them. Like,
do events for them.
Do their homework for them.
Yeah, I could keep going.
No, we only need to have time for 3.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw in 2 bonuses in 60 seconds or less.
That never happens.
Here's 2 bonuses. A, you got to beef up your own social presence. How do you show up online?
A's a letter, not a number.
A's a letter and not a number.
You said here are 2 things, and you started with A, but.
Okay. And then number B, just for you, John. And number B, and for number B, don't sleep on newsletters, especially if you write them yourself.
Yep.
And they are less than 3 minutes to read, and they actually bring value to your audience being a mortgage broker. If I wanted to make this a top 5, we would have done a deeper dive into that. Instead, you'll have to keep tuning in to see when the next time is that we're going to do a whole entire show dedicated to our friends who are account executives, aka
The Plug.
The Plug. Until then, check this out. If you like this episode and you like this format, go ahead and give us a 5-star review if you're listening to both Spotify and Apple. If you want to watch this show plus have access to hundreds of additional training videos, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at the Loan Officer Podcast. Connect with me on LinkedIn, first name Dustin, last name Owen. You'll be shocked how accessible I am. Sign up for our newsletter. You can do so on our website, which is www.tloponline. That's tloponline.com. When you sign up for the newsletter, I will guarantee you 1 invite per month to our free coaching masterclass. And speaking of coaching, if you or the brokers you serve are interested in coaching, check out TLOP's Originator Coaching. It is the #1 value in the entire industry, where real top producers are coaching and teaching you what they did to get on top and what they're doing to stay on top. All of that information is also found on our website, TLOPonline. That's tloponline.com. He's John Coleman. I'm Dustin Owen. That's all the time we have for you today, but we do look forward to catching you on the next episode.